Right now on the lineup, working on the weekend, House lawmakers will be in Harrisburg this weekend to vote on a bill aimed at preventing massive cuts to SEPTA service affecting thousands of riders.
It's time to get back to school. We're going to tell you about the free events to help your family get set for that first day.
And open streets are back in Philadelphia. We'll tell you when and where the popular program will return.
Those stories and much more in today's edition of The Lineup, Friday, August 8th, 2025. Hey everyone, I'm NBC 10's Keith Jones.
And I'm NBC 10's Lauren Mayk. Let's get you up to speed with what you need to know today.
We're going to start with the funding crisis first and foremost for SEPTA this weekend. Some lawmakers, they're headed back to work. In fact, some of them heading there today to try to keep those service cuts from happening.
NBC 10's Katie Zachary has the story from the SEPTA station in North Wales.
Happening Friday morning, state lawmakers will meet at this SEPTA station in Montgomery County, the North Wales location, to urge their colleagues to pass a public transit funding bill. Meanwhile, we now know the State House of Representatives is being called into session this weekend in Harrisburg to pass another mass transit funding bill. According to Governor Josh Shapiro, who was in our area, he was in Bucks County on Thursday, the State House has passed a mass transit funding bill 4 times that would help SEPTA to avoid system-wide cuts, while the Senate has not acted on it once. Now, the new bill under consideration includes Senate Republican wishes like increased funding for rural roads and highways with increased state oversight of the transit agency. All this coming at a critical time when SEPTA leaders say they need more money to account for a budget shortfall, and they need that money from the state by August 14th, or massive cuts to trains, trolleys, and buses will begin. Commuters who rely on SEPTA as their only way to travel to work, school, and games in South Philadelphia are bracing for the worst.
You're going to be tired, exhausted, showing up like late to these games. You're not going to be able to have the same cut. Like, what about the people who need to transfer from a bus route that's now canceled?
There are about 1,000 people on my train every day, no matter what time of day it is. So there's going to be a lot of lives that are impacted.
That gathering of lawmakers here in Montgomery County will take place at 10 a.m. just outside the North Wales SEPTA station. Reporting from Montgomery County, Katie Zachary, NBC 10 News.
Philadelphia police meantime have made an arrest in last month's mass shooting in Gray's Ferry that left 3 people dead and 9 others hurt.
22-year-old Terrell Frazier is in custody and facing murder charges. The shooting happened during a birthday party on South Edding Street back on July 5th. Initially, police thought the party was targeted, but they now believe the victims were shot when partygoers began firing aimlessly after hearing what they thought was the sound of gunfire. We talked to a family member of one of the victims yesterday after news of the arrest broke.
Knowing that someone was arrested and that the police are actively working to resolve this matter, makes me at least feel at peace with that. But it doesn't take away the pain that my family and I have endured.
Police believe there were at least 13 guns fired on the street that night. They said yesterday they expect to make more arrests in the case. A Camden County community has a new law that punishes parents for their child's bad behavior.
In Gloucester Township, parents could face fines or even jail time if they fail to prevent their children from breaking the law. It's called the Minors and Parents Responsibility Ordinance. It lists 28 offenses that could make caretakers liable, ranging from felonies to minor infractions like loitering, breaking curfew, or truancy. Now, the ordinance is in response to disruptions at events like last year's Gloucester Township Day and Drone Show. More than a dozen people were arrested, including young people, after a large fight broke out. Hundreds of new employees with the Philadelphia School District are preparing for the upcoming school year.
Yeah, that's right. The 760 new teachers, guidance counselors, and support staff had their first day of orientation yesterday. They packed the auditorium at the School of the Future in West Philadelphia. The superintendent gave them advice on how to adapt to a new school year. Meanwhile, the school district and teachers union remain at odds over a new contract. The current deal runs out August 31st. The union, representing 14,000 school employees, already voted to authorize a strike if there is no deal. The first day of school is August 25th.
Happening today, St. Christopher's Hospital getting kids ready to return to the classroom. The Children's Hospital hosting its annual Back to School Carnival. The fun starts at 11 o'clock this morning. Thousands of backpack stuff with school supplies will be given out at the hospital in North Philly. Students can enjoy games and music. Plus, you just saw him, the Philly Fanatic is expected to stop by. Carnival ends at 3 o'clock today. Let's take a look at Citizens Bank Park. It'll be a busy place tomorrow. Even though the Phillies are out of town, the school district's back-to-school bus tour will make a stop here. The bus has been on the move since last month. Students get a chance to score backpacks loaded with school supplies. A ton of resources available for parents, too. The back-to-school bus tour will be at Citizens Bank Park from 10 to 2 p.m. tomorrow. Germantown will be the site of another school resource fair tomorrow. State Representative Andre Carroll's hosting at the event at Unique Boutique. That's on East Chelton Avenue. This one runs from 10 to 2 o'clock as well. Hey, the Birds started the preseason on a winning note last night, beating the Bengals 34-27.
Fans packed the link even though the team's biggest stars sat out of the game. But they were fired up for what's to come.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Man, the game was awesome. It was awesome. I love it.
Great, opening for the whole season, in my opinion. It's going to be awesome, just like that game was.
I thought it was amazing, considering it's my first Eagle experience.
All right, well, the Birds have 2 more preseason games next Saturday, the 16th against the Browns, then the 22nd against the Jets. You can watch both of them right here on NBC 10. And football season officially starts in 4 weeks. The Eagles will be facing the Dallas Cowboys on September 4th. At the link, you can watch the season opener on NBC 10 or you can stream it on Peacock.
Well, the stage is set for a new space in Nicetown. Neighbors came together to celebrate the completion of phase 1 of upgrades to Nicetown Park yesterday. The multi-million-dollar project includes a new community amphitheater, which will be named after LGP Qua, the rapper who lost his life to gun violence earlier this year. There's new bathrooms, walkways, lighting, and cameras, all to enhance safety and combat crime. Phase 2 of the project will include new basketball courts and a skate park.
Philadelphia is bringing back a popular event that closes off sections of the city to vehicles. Open Streets West Walnut returns next month. You can check out Open Streets West Walnut on Sundays from September 7th to October 12th. Walnut Street from 17th to 19th will be blocked off to traffic, and so will 18th Street from Chestnut to Locust. The Open Streets will feature shopping, dining, live entertainment, and a family-friendly zone.
An unexpected animal turned up in Bucks County. You got to see this one. This is crazy.
Yeah, take a look at this. That is a small alligator at the top of your screen there. Bristol Township Police shared this video online, including a shot of a fisherman encountering the creature. Well, police say the alligator was spotted in the area of Magnolia Lake. They contacted the Wildlife and Game Commission to capture it.
And they actually had to avoid people. They're like, hey, do not go to this area to check out this alligator either. If you want to see an alligator, go to the Camden Aquarium. That's what they kept saying.
I mean, in general, that just seems like a better option than seeing it in the wild at a pond near you.
Looked like a fairly big alligator, too. That's the other thing.
It's hard to tell, but,
I mean, probably 2 or 3 feet.
Little ones do become...
They become big ones. So I hear,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, I lived in Florida, so.
Yo, you would know. You would know.
All right, that does it for today's edition of The Lineup.
For Lauren Mayk, I'm Keith Jones. You can get NBC 10 News updates right here on the NBC 10 app. You can catch us weekday mornings from 5 to 7 a.m. Have a great day.